Hi, everyone. Let's talk a little bit about the DOM and how we can make some really cool dynamic web pages. So you're here and you should have read this information in our Canvas tutorial. Um, and so we're going to describe this right here. So I have this code pasted over into a CodePen page. And I'm going to start here with this HTML. It says button on click equals display date. So this on click right here, this is called an on event handler. And there are tons and tons and tons of them. Here's a list over at W3 schools. You can see there's on blur, on change, on focus, tons of them in here. There's keyboard events when a key is down, when a key is pressed. Here's the one we're going to use, on click. So you can see there's several on event handlers. So it's when the user does something or when something happens to the web page, um, uh, it triggers something to happen. And so in this case, when we click the mouse, the function display date is called, and it knows that this function display date can be found over here in our JS code. All right, so I click the mouse, I click the button, and the display date function is called. Then when that's called, a new date object is created. And remember, that has all the information for today's date. It has the day of the week, the month, the year, the exact time, the time zone we're in, all that stuff. And then there's this line of code, document.getElementById output.innerHTML equals X. Okay, so X is now, once this is called, X is equal to all of that information in the date object that we created. Then document means go back to my HTML and get element by ID. Remember, each one of these tags is called an element. This is our button element, this is our paragraph element, and find the element with the ID output. So that's what this one right here, right? It's output. And so we give it this name. And so we're searching for with this name over here. And then dot inner HTML is this space between the tags. That's what's going to be inserted into our web page, what's going to be displayed to the user. And then it's going to be make it equal to whatever X is equal to. In this case, X is equal to the date object. So if I click this, it triggers this, it calls display date, and gives me the current time and date. And if I click it again, take a look, this is what the time is right now. I click it again, and now it's 11:36:56. Click it again, 11:36:59. Click it again. So each time I click it, a new date object is created and it's displayed to the screen. All right, so again, onClick is an event handler, um, and it calls display date over here. We create a date object, and then we tell the HTML code to replace this part of our HTML with the value of X. So that's a really basic, quick understanding of how the DOM works. Thanks.